guys, how's it going? Run finished. It is 11:52. So we've seen with some clips, just finished my run. I recorded my run mainly because I got a few messages about showing videos on my food preparation, my calories, what I eat, what I do to sort of lose weight. And I'm going to be doing a video on that. I mean, not to say my diet's going to be the best one to follow for you. It's whichever one you prefer. If you prefer keto, there's many diets to follow and to go for. It's whichever suits you best. But I want to make a video on sort of cardio because people seem to think too much into cardio. So much so as I've even heard people say you won't lose weight unless you do cardio, and it's completely rubbish. The laws of thermodynamics is calories in versus calories out. As long as you are below your maintenance calories, you will lose weight. Yes, it might not be at a faster pace. Yes, it would be quicker if you incorporated cardio. And cardio is an important tool that I prefer to use because let's say your maintenance calories are, let's say 2,500 to make it easy, right? You can eat 2,500 every day for 7 days and you'll stay the same weight. Whereas if you eat, say, so most people eat between 250 to 500 less calorie deficit to lose weight, depending on how much you want to lose in a week. So if you eat 2,000, you lose weight in a week easily. 500 calorie deficit over a week is massive. 3,500 calories is 1 pound in weight loss. That's how much of a deficit you need to reduce your intake by in order to lose 1 pound, albeit fat, whichever, right? 3,500, that's the number to lose 1 pound. So, if you're reducing your calories by 500 every day for 7 days, that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So just by reducing your calories by 500 every day, that's 1 pound of fat gone in a week without any cardio, without anything else added onto it. Just by eating 500 less a day, you've got a pound down. But, so if you want to lose more than that, there's another option you can go down, which is to increase your calories even further, to go over 750, which I wouldn't recommend because you'll just be hungry. Or there's the alternative, which I prefer to do, and that's to go out, go for a run, go for a walk, play football on a Monday like I do. Because if you run, I've been running around 5k, 6k, you can burn about 300 calories. Don't trust if you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, the calories that they tell you that you burn aren't accurate. They're not accurate because they go off your heart rate and it lulls you into thinking you've burnt more than you actually have. They're a good tool. I use it for my steps, how long I've been active, stuff like that. But just don't take every information they give you as gospel. All right? So as I was saying, you can go for 3 20-minute runs a week and say you're burning 400 calories in your run. That's 1,200 extra that you've burnt in a week just by going on 3 runs. So in my personal opinion, in my preference, I would rather eat more and exercise more than eat less because I can't bother going for a run. And that's my opinion. And that's my preference. Might work for you if you just prefer, you know what, sack it. I'd rather just eat less. I mean, there's other risks to dropping your calories too low, which is you'll lose muscle mass, which means that going to the gym, exercising, anything will be more difficult because you might be thinking you're losing weight. Oh, great, I'm smashing it, losing weight. It could be, 60% of it might be fat, but if 40% is muscle or 8 to 20, you don't want to lose your muscle. We want to be losing weight, but preserving as much muscle as possible so that when we get down to the lower body fat figures, we actually look good and not just like skinny fat and not just crap, do we? We want to do everything we can to look good. Which is why I sort of film this first before the food, because in my opinion, most people find food the hardest thing to do. I find food rather easy, because when I got a mindset on it, the gym's the easiest. Let's get that. It's fun if you're into that kind of stuff to work out. The gym is the easiest. Food, people say, is the hardest. I think it's fairly easy, because when I'm in the mindset of losing weight, I don't tempt myself with the crap and the junk food. Not to say that I don't have my cheat days, which I do. And you should have your cheat days, because if you're just eating healthy stuff all day, every day, and you're limiting your calories, life's not meant to be enjoyed that way. If you're not prepping for a bodybuilding show or anything else, you can afford to have a life, go out for a meal with your family, not think about, ooh, what calories are in this meal. It's about balance. And the food, if I want to eat, I can eat clean in my mind 6 days a week. And if one day I go out for a meal, whether living with the kids or obviously pre-COVID with my mates, go for a meal, boom, I'd rather do that. Not think about what I want or what calories I've got left in that meal, and just have what I want, fully enjoy it, and then get back on track Monday. That's what I prefer to do. It might work for you, it might not. So, with your weight loss, with your cardio, do whatever you can do, albeit a walk. I aim for around 10,000 steps a day, just to get my body moving, just to get it flowing. I've read some studies saying that 10,000 steps is around 500 calories burnt, depending on your size and everything. But it's around that mark for 10,000 steps. That's just walking. Walking isn't stressful on the body. If you're doing legs, you're working out your legs, going for a run after it or the next day can be quite tough, because the DOMs have hit and your legs are shot. When we're going for a walk, it's easy. It's easy on the body. It's not stressful. It's not high impact. It's good. It's low intensity, steady state. Interval training is another great option. If you're on a time restraint, boom, go for some sprints back and forth. Sprint jog. Get your exercise in a shorter time frame. HIIT is a very valuable tool. I do it if I have time restraints, whereas I would prefer to just go for a run, slower, less impactful, and come back and not be dead the next day. So another one is, obviously it's difficult in the times of the pandemic, because not a lot of stuff is open, not a lot of stuff to do. So it all depends on what sport and what stuff you like to do. Like, I prefer to go, like, every Monday night we have football. We have 11-a-side with my friends on football, which thank goodness it's back, because I've missed football so much. For 2 hours on a Monday night, and I'll just run around for 2 hours. And it doesn't feel like I'm running for 2 hours. Apart from the sweat dripping on my body, it doesn't feel like I'm running, because it's something I enjoy. Whereas if I actually ran for 2 hours, left my house and ran solid for 2 hours, I'd want to give up after half an hour, 40 minutes. It's pounding the pavement isn't fun. Even with music in, it gets tiresome. So my advice to anyone that's wanting to either incorporate or thinking, is cardio worth it? I recommend doing so. I mean, when you first start losing weight, if you're a bigger person, it drops off easier just by changing your diet. But when you get lower and lower, incorporating cardio is a very useful tool. All right. Thanks very much for listening, guys. Any more questions, anything you want me to say or ask to do, let me know and I'll do it. Thanks, guys. See you in a bit.